Hello and welcome to Education World. This is Eduleader Speaks, and we have with us Roopali Kudesia. She is the principal of Brahm Dutt Bluebells Public School. She's an educationist with over 3 decades of experience in the CBSE education system. She's an alumna of the prestigious Miranda House, Delhi University. She also holds postgraduate qualifications in chemistry and has served in various leadership roles across schools in Delhi and Gurugram. She's an associate member of the NABETQCI. Rupali is known for her academic leadership, understanding of the CBSE functioning, and outstanding board results. She continues to train teachers and has organized various teacher training programs. Welcome, Rupali.
Thank you, Reshma. Thank you so much.
So, let's start off by asking you about one of the latest developments, which is the announcement of the union budget. So,
Mhm.
what is your take on the union budget allocations for education specifically?
Of course, this was a pleasant surprise because this year, the budget that has been allocated for education in India, this is a bit more than what it has been earlier, but still far less from what has been specified in NEP. So we are still, we have a long way to travel. And right now, yes, but yes, we come in the preferred list of government now. So that
Oh,
is a pleasant surprise and quite a relief also. Yeah.
okay, okay. I think another ongoing development is on the national education policy. So, understanding the development so far, how do you view the implementation?
Yes, we at Bluebells have already got incorporated many policies which are there in place, which have been in existence for years together. For example, if I talk about early child care education, of course, our prime focus has always been on the elementary levels, and we are following 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4 formula. I think for the last 10 years that has been in existence. And also, NEP talks about the interdisciplinary approach, which at senior level we are implementing it. But yes, with NEP policy now clearly defining its guidelines, we could incorporate more options in terms of the subjects. So now, nowadays, a child who is pursuing commerce cannot be just confined to the commerce related subjects, can also explore physics, chemistry,
Mm.
art, or whatnot. It all depends upon what career goals they have in future. So if likewise a science child can also take up French as a sixth subject, because if the child has some inclination to go abroad and pursue studies in France, then definitely an added subject of French would help him a great deal, him or her. So this way we have incorporated a lot of things which are part of NEP, and we are in practice of all those things as of
Okay.
now.
Okay. So, if I can ask you, looking at a countrywide perspective, what do you think of the implementation? Do you think it has been satisfactory so far?
Yes, it has been satisfactory so far, and of course, NEP's main focus now is skill-based education, competency-based assessment. So
Hmm.
these things are already in place. No longer we can talk about the rote learning pedagogy, and we have to have application-based approach, and also there has to be a technology integrated system, and of course all those things are in place currently. And we are at Bluebells, we are also identified as number one infrastructure, that is technology enabled school. We are number one in the country, in Haryana, in the district. So that is how we are technology enabled school, giving lot of emphasis to AI tools and also the competency based techniques. So our question papers are in sync with what NEP proposes. It is an amalgamation of application based multiple choice question. So lot of thinking, lot of case study, everything is integrated into it. And hence our methodology has also taken the same route. While we teach, we are no longer confined to the content of the prescribed NCRT books. We go
Okay.
beyond that, we make it application based, and most importantly, we also connect the content to the day to day life experiences. Hence, the experiential teaching that has been talked about in NEP, that is part of our pedagogy now.
I think another significant development that we have seen in the recent past is about foreign schools setting up campuses here in India. What does this mean to Indian schools?
I see this as a pleasant move, pleasant change. This is going to give us lot of exposure. Now, when foreign schools are there in our country, we are going to get a direct glimpse of their curriculum, their methodology, the best practices that they have, and the same can be embraced by us. And at the same time, since we being the Indian school, we would still be the most sought after school. And why? Because along with the best practices which they offer, we would also
Mhm.
be clutching to our traditions, our values, our customs, our culture. And so it would be a very fine blend of education with values. So I
Certainly.
think now with this thing in place, we don't have to go to Finland to take the complete information about how the education sector operates there. We in India would be in a healthy competition with such foreign schools, and we can go hand in hand. There can be teacher exchange program, that they can be student exchange program, so that everybody gets best of the both worlds.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, talking about your school, are there any new infrastructure developments or any new courses that you're planning to introduce, say, over the next 2 or 3 years?
Of course, yes. Since NEP talks about the technology enabled school, and we also see that the future is going to be more about the AI tools. Although there has to be a healthy, mix of AI tools and with the teaching capabilities and the teaching expertise. It has to be a healthy blend of that. But yes, as far as the infrastructure is concerned, we need to be technology enabled. And yes, we are, as I just mentioned, we have already won many accolades in this field. We've been identified as technology enabled infrastructure. Nevertheless, we still have a long way to go, because for us, we are going to be a better version of ourselves. We see us only as the biggest competitor because our aspirations are far higher. So last year we upgraded our maths lab, and I
Okay.
can proudly mention that as on day, it's a state of art and well equipped maths lab that we have. And going forward, since we're not talking about the momentarily gain or 1 year plan that we have in future, we are looking at it in the sense that the next 10 years we should be future ready. And in order to comply with that, we have taken STEAM in education very seriously. And to help us with that, we are going to upgrade our Atal Tinkering Lab, and we
Okay.
are completely renovating it, so that for the next 10 years we are completely in sync with global education, whatever it demands, and nowhere we lack anywhere. That is the whole objective, that 10 years down the line we should be at par with the global education. So that is the objective as of now. And within 6 months, our ATL, or maybe lesser than that, our lab is going to be fully renovated, and it is once again state of art lab that the children are going to experience.
Okay, okay, okay. And you are someone who's taking special interest in teacher training. Now, for the good or the bad, AI is entering into the classrooms. So, what are three suggestions that you would give to help teachers get accustomed to this?
Yes, that is, I don't see it as a challenge. I see
Mhm.
it as a supportive tool that is going to come our way. And with AI tool, I can fine tune my customization of teaching with respect to every child's need. So
Okay.
now I might be having 3 to 4 categories of my teaching methodology, but I can go beyond that. Now, per child, what is the requirement? And if there is any kind of inclusivity which is required, the AI tool is going to give me a wider scope to get equipped with every challenge, every need. So that is one thing. Secondly, AI tool is never a substitute for the teaching, right? So teacher's role remains unquestioned, and because teacher is somebody who's not only imparting knowledge, but she's also nurturing the curious mind of the child. She's also developing a personality which can have many aspects to it. The teacher can be responsible for bringing creative thinking, critical thinking, for introducing interpersonal relationship, everything that is, part of the life skill. The teacher only can bring it to the classroom in a friendly manner, which AI tool cannot. Third thing and very important thing is we should also prepare our children to develop that kind of curious mind so that they can even question the AI tool as well. They should not just accept it as a gospel truth, but yes, they should also be able to contemplate over, they should be able to research, they should be able to develop that kind of critical thinking that, okay, I've got this knowledge from AI tool, but what if it happens the other way? What are the repercussions? So that kind of critical thinking, which only the teacher can develop that in the classroom, and which my teachers, I can proudly say that because of the group discussions, because of the brainstorming sessions, because of the various activities that they introduce in the classroom, they are to a larger extent have succeeded in bringing this kind of culture in the classroom.
Noted. 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 So, we have one quick question. If there's one book on education that you recommend all educators pick up and read, what would that be?
One book, there are many books actually. Yes, one book I can recall is Just Listen. There was a book with title Just Listen. And if
Okay.
I remember the author correctly, Mark Woolston
Okay.
was the author. And this book talks about what is the power of listening, and it's a beautiful book. It talks about the various anecdotes where just listening to a particular person, how it has helped in easing out the challenge the person might be facing. And why I love that book, because this book relates to the children's problem a lot, because many a times when we get hold of our children and when we see that, okay, that this child is lagging behind on something, or certain lapses that we see, we immediately we are so eager to give him the corrective measure that we start imparting lot of gyan and lot of counseling and lot of advices which the child might not be interested for. The child might already be saturated with so many advices which everyone is giving. Instead, make the child talk. And that is my funda throughout my teaching career. I make people talk. And when they talk, you can sense the vulnerability of these children or the teachers or anybody who comes in contact with, because you are empathizing all the time. And not only that, you are yourself, offering your own vulnerability to the other person, so that the two of us are in sync with each other, and the other person becomes very frank in quoting his or her problem. So thereby, when you get to listen to that person, you can set the ground. Okay, this is my place of work. This is where I have to work upon. And with the children, if you listen well, you can connect well. And when you connect well, they also listen to you well.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right. Thank you so much for being with us, Ms. Rupali. This brings us to the end of the interview. Thank you
Thank
again.
you. Thank you so much for having me on board. Thank you.